Hello friends and enemies, welcome to or back to Happy for Now. It's me, Isabel, here with with my reading from December. So I'm going to talk about what I can here. I hate being that person, but I do have a project where I'm reading a bunch of volume 1, so I'm not going to tell you about them now when we talk about manga, because in my opinion, you might as well just see the vlog where I give you my immediate reactions and feelings on them. So that's coming soon though. They're by the end of January, beginning of February probably. I got a lot to get through, so we'll see how this goes. But I had a pretty good reading month, I would say, overall, between manga and books. I read more than I expected to for the end of the year, and just with everything going on in my life, I've been reading more than I expected. But I also am here and just trying to use the things that I enjoy to distract me in the appropriate ways, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's talk about the books I read first. We're gonna do stats and then we'll talk about the books, and then we'll do the same thing for manga. So stats wise for books, I read 19 titles total for 2,972 pages. This was an average rating of 3.77, which is low for me. I'm usually around a 4 every month. I'm really good at picking things I love. I listened to 14 hours of audiobooks. I believe that is my sped up speed, but I can't remember. Next year I'm adjusting it to the regular speed just to kind of give a better idea of what I did. I read 19 adult titles. This is not a surprise. 7 things from Kindle Unlimited and 2 things from the library. Format wise, it was 12 ebooks and 7 audios, so not too shabby for me. Now, what did I read since the last update where we checked into my mid-month? There are 9 titles, I think, since then. So I read Mistletoe Motive by Chloe Leese. This is one of my holiday audiobooks that's been on my TBR for ages, and I was able to get through the library. It initially was a Kobo Plus exclusive, I believe, or Kobo exclusive, and it's now gone wide. I finally read it. I really enjoyed this. This has autism rep for our heroine, and our hero has type 1 diabetes. So I did not expect that. I wasn't aware. I think I knew our heroine had autism, but I did not know about the type 1 diabetes. So I thought that was really neat to see. Our 2 characters are the managers of this local bookstore, and they are trying to kind of compete to see who gets to keep their job, basically, if the bookstore has to downsize in the new year. But instead they find a way to keep the bookstore open via a digital bookstore basically option. So I thought that was really fun and cute. I liked their relationship, because a lot of their dynamic was the fact that our heroine with autism was struggling to understand this character, our hero, and it was very relatable in a lot of ways, and some of the actions and things like that. I was like, okay, yeah, I can see this playing out that way. It's a very silly, fun time overall. I do recommend it. I think it was a good option for anyone looking for a fun holiday little romance novella. Then I read Ditching the Dragon. This was in my try chapter for last month, where I tried some 2025 purchases, and I read this book that night. I think I might have started that book that night or the next day. I did that try chapter. I started this book within 24 hours, and read it all. I had so much fun with this book. So this is part of the interconnected dating app thing that pops up on people's phones, fated mate situation. This has a chasing element to it that was really fun, but not a primal play chasing. She basically does not want to agree to the mate bond and takes off and goes on the run. And he is hunting her and kind of knows where she is, but is letting her do what she needs to do to process. Now that entire process to me took a smidge too long overall, just a little too long. And I would have liked it to have wrapped up a little sooner on that front, but I really enjoyed overall the elements of this, and him having to fight his dragon urges to protect her and make her part of his horde, sort of. So that was really fun and enjoyable. Then I read Plowed by M.L. Eliza. This is the second book in this series. I cannot remember the first book's name. It follows Holly and Santa, and it is their continuation. Santa is having burnout because he is the only one making toys, and we've hit 8 billion people and all these things, and she decides to take him on vacation, and that doesn't really help because he's still thinking about how many toys he has to make, and they come up with solutions for it, and it's just a steamy fun time. Very silly, just a fun time. There's a Santa planet. It's a goofy book. If you want a bonkers romance, this is a great option. If he wanted to, he would. So there are 3 dudes who have been turned into trees, and they're at the back of the tree farm, and every year they wait in hopes that someone walks back there and they are the person that's going to save them from this curse. They were cursed in the 80s, and basically they're on the back of this tree farm. This woman ends up falling. They shift to human men, and they bone in the woods. Wild that we bone this quickly with these men you do not know, but okay. And then she brings them home, And in doing so, they have to break the curse, they have to find true love, basically. And she plants them at the end of the year, and by the next year, if it's real love, they will come back as human men. What on earth? Anyways, this was silly and so delightfully so. I think this is one that I could recommend to my bonkers fans. If you like a bonkers book like I do, I think you will enjoy this one. It was interesting. It was different. I don't think I've ever read a tree shifter before. Unhinged is as close as we get, but he was a tree turned into a door. So it's not quite the same, you know? Editing me here. I forgot a book. I'm editing and I was like, we missed something here. We missed something here. Boy, did I miss something here. And that something is stuffed with coal. This is a very quick novella. The audio came out and I got an arc of it. So there's that. This is part of why I requested it and why I got it. So this came out and I was very intrigued overall by this book's plot. And also just like a fun, quick holiday novella option. So this is a girl whose best friend's dad is Santa at the mall, and she comes to make her Christmas wish, basically, and he kind of forces it out of her, and it says she would like an actual like good partner, and he uses Christmas decor of a candy cane to bone her in the Christmas village, and it's their romance. It's mostly a short, smutty, fun time. I don't feel like there's a lot of substance here. I think if you want a quick, funny, silly, goofy age gap romance to read during next holiday season, this is a great option. It was 2.5 hours, so like very quick read on audio. But yeah, it was really funny. The friend's reaction to it all was also very funny, and the ways in which she was like making jokes back to her friend about like calling her mom and stuff was also really funny. So yeah, overall fine, good time. Good audio narration, but not like a standout or any of that. I was surprised to get my Christmas candy cane boning in this one, but otherwise, you know, it was what it was, which is not a bad thing. So there's that. Anyways, back to regular me talking to you about the rest of the books I read. Then I read Fully Charged, which is the Energizer Bunny inspired bonkers romance. Are you noticing I was going to have a bonkers video and that basically got scrapped and sent to my members because I did not feel holly jolly in the video, nor did I feel like I was having... I don't think it was bad by any means, but I just like, when I was editing it, I was like, yeah, no, this is going to be for members. But Fully Charged was a delight. She is using her vibe. The battery dies. And appears our bunny, Wyatt, or Watt, something like that. Watt, I think is his name. And he is like, I will not leave until you're satisfied. That is our guarantee for this brand. And he satisfies her. Boy, does he. And then in doing that, we then come back through with her sad that he's left and trying to find a way to get him to come back. She finds a way. He returns. Happily ever after. It's very silly, but it was a good time. I do think these authors, like, again, it's that thing where you know when someone like appreciates and understands a bonkers romance versus just trying to write a bonkers romance. This is that. Then I read a good old-fashioned Hanukkah pegging, and this is one that has been lingering on my Kindle for ages, so it was a great time to read it. And I'm really glad I did. It was so fun. It was so fun. I really liked our situation here. Basically, our hero asked to get pegged for Hanukkah, and that is what they do. His partner and him like work it out. He's, you know, there's a lot of open communication about it. It was really sweet and very fun overall. Very quick also. It's under 50 pages. And then last but not least, the last thing I read in 2025 was Where Did Everybody Go? And this is a nonfiction essay, psychology essay kind of, about loneliness and are we lonely or not, and how we measure loneliness. And I don't usually rate like my nonfics 1, 3, or 5 stars. There's not really a ton of in between for me. So this was like a 3 because I felt like it gave me information I didn't have, but it also gave me a lot of information I already had. So I kind of left it feeling pretty indifferent. It is really quick, and I do think it is only available in audio currently, but I thought it was kind of interesting to hear about how and what loneliness has evolved to. All right, let's talk about my manga reading for December. Again, I kind of went ham, and I will caveat this. I realized I was only 3 away from my goal of 150 volumes, so I was like, let's just do it. Let's just commit the last 2 days and read these manga volumes I need, which at the time I was not 3 away, but then I was like, okay, we're just doing it when I hit 3. So I read 15 volumes total in December for 3,698 pages. I read 14 physical volumes, 1 digital, Genre-wise, I read 3 shoujo, 1 shonen, 1 seinen, 3 yaoi, 3 josei, and 4 manhwas. I think that's right. So, the ones I will tell you about, because a handful of these are volume 1s that I read in this chunk of time. A handful are continuations of those volume 1s I read, which I talk about in the volume 1 vlog, because there are some that I was like, hey, yeah, I just got current. Like, I liked this so much I got current, and that's what it is. So, here's what I can tell you about. First of all, I read Colette Decides to Die volume 2. I loved this. I continue to really enjoy the series. They're just so big, because they're 2 volumes, right? Like, literally, there are 2 volumes in there. So I enjoy them, but, like, I hesitate to pick them up because of how big they are. I don't think I have one here to show you. But, like, they're thick. They're thick, you know? That thick, probably. Because, again, 2 volumes. But I really like this one. Colette goes to the Celestial Realm to take care of Apollo's job, basically, while Apollo goes on this random vacation. And then she learns to be a midwife. And it was really cute and sweet, and just her relationship with Hades is so fun, and I love it so much. Then I read Daily Reports About My Witch Senpai Volume 5, which I hate to say, if this is the way it continues, I will be done with the series. I don't know that I'll unhaul the series, but I don't think I will continue to pick it up. Because this one followed our heroine and a new coworker who basically wants to make her into a witch influencer, which I just didn't love. It just wasn't a plot point I wanted, and our hero was kind of like, what are you doing? And she was just like trying to appease this new coworker that really liked her. And I just didn't love it. We did end the volume with her no longer being a witch influencer, so there's that, I guess. Then I read volumes 5 and 6 of Dangerous Convenience Store. This put me finished with the series. I'm happy to have finished it in 2025. I love this series. It ended in 2025. It feels good that I've wrapped it up now, like at least the print release ended then. I loved this series. I do think it is romance heavy, but I want to say, like, volume 5 is very angsty, okay? Like, you need to be prepared. This is their time apart. This is them navigating a lot of things in that time apart, and I loved it, but I do think some people will struggle with that, and then 6 is them coming back together to be a couple a few years later, and I love them. I love them so much. This is definitely one of my favorites. This will likely be on my favorites of the year list. Then I read All You Want Whenever You Want, which is a standalone. This is 2 coworkers, 2 sales guys, I believe. I think they're both in sales. And he has transferred in from one of the other regions, and basically they end up living in the single men's dorm for the workplace together and hooking up, and like illicit things happen, including him accidentally walking in on the guy jerking off. So this was fun. This was a steamy, fun time. I enjoyed it. I think it's a very just like nice, quick one-shot, very insta-lovey, because it's a one-shot. It kind of has to be. So there's that. And then last but not least of the things I'll talk about, Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You Volume 3 I read. And I liked this. I'm still not sure where the plot's going. I have 4 and maybe 5 to read physically here. I will get caught up with what I own and then make a determination on if I'm keeping or unhauling this series. I'm enjoying it still. I really like the art. I like the dynamic here, but I'm also like ready for the like fake identity stuff to be resolved, and I'll leave it at that. So, okay, this is a quick one, but that is everything I read. Everything else I read in December. If you're curious about the stuff I read in the first half of the month, there's a video you can check in the comments for my mid-month wrap-up. I'm going to be doing those until I get back to vlogging, basically, so you can check that out. That'll be linked down below. I would love to know what you read and loved in December. Is there anything you finished the year with you think I should check out? Anything you just like want to scream about in the comments? Let me know. Or that you hate it. Listen, you know me. I love a hater. I love to be a hater. I love to hear about things you don't like also. So you can leave me that down below. If you don't want to do any of that, you can leave me a big sunshine emoji, because it may be 57 degrees out, but it is, I'm not converting that, I'm sorry, but it is sunny, like very, very sunny out, as in I've had to like leave Millie outside sunny levels. So she's having the time of her life. I'm enjoying the fact that we got some sunshine again, so that's nice. Anyways, you can do that down below. I'll have links to all these books for you down there, links to my friend anywhere on the internet that I am, and I will talk to y'all in just a few days in my next video. Bye!
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions. We'll get away. This is what we waited for.